it's so late. It's after 10 o'clock. For those who don't know, I'm fostering a puppy right now. Well, not a puppy, he is 4, but, you know, a dog. I wanted to film this where I was in a space where I wasn't so concerned that I would burst out crying anymore, because I've had him for a week now, and I'm gonna be honest, the first couple of days were really rough. I was very depressed and I kept crying all the time. It's not like I got into something without really knowing what it was about, because, well, there was that was partly true, but I think it was because, well, I've always wanted to have a service animal for several years now, because back in the beginning of my ataxia journey, I think what I wanted was some sort of cure-all that would make all my problems go away, or I would go back to normal basically. And after a point I realized that will probably never happen, and I just feel so embarrassed and ashamed of having to use a mobility aid most all the time, and there's just this feeling of not quite belonging, or not quite feeling like part of the group, not with friends and stuff. It just means out in public amongst strangers, I just kind of feel a bit of an outcast. And I think the fixation of wanting a service animal was that I thought that would bring back some sort of that feeling of normalcy that I used to have, where I didn't feel like such an outsider in public spaces. And I think getting just fostering the dog just made me second guess whether or not I want a service animal. And I think having that thought that maybe I wouldn't have a service animal anymore, well, that I didn't want one anymore, it just made me think that it made me realize that I might never have that feeling again, and always feel like a bit of an outsider when I'm in public and just when I'm trying to live my normal life. And that was probably the hardest thing for me to think about. And this past week of having a foster dog, it just makes me think about, if I do ever get a service animal, just things that I want to have in place for that, because there are things about having a dog that I just don't really like. Mainly, he has some big separation anxiety issues, and I've just never been able to leave the house, and for me that's a really big thing. Just I get major cabin fever not going anywhere, and I like my normal routine of just going to the YMCA a few times a week, and every other week going to the library. And it's not much, but I like getting out of the house occasionally. And with him, he just, he whines and cries just when I'm even around the corner and he can't see me. He's over there sleeping in his bed right now. At least he's trying to. But anyway, I just feel so bad leaving him. And I just know for my mental health, it's probably not the best thing for me to stay home all the time. I think the evenings are the most depressing part of the day for me, because I know that we can't go on walks anymore, and then the next day is just basically gonna be a repeat of what the day before was like. And that's just really hard. But I knew when I first started feeling sad about, I wouldn't call it regret, but just really wishing that things had been different. But anyway, I knew after the first few days when I got him and I started feeling depressed that I would get to feeling better again, and I would be grateful that I had this experience, because I have learned a lot about what I want in the future in a service animal. I feel bad saying this, but I do hope he gets adopted soon, because I've started to neglect my health and well-being for the sake of him, which, he deserves it and everything, but then also I need to take care of myself. And that's the biggest thing. I think going into this, I wanted to find out whether or not I'm capable of taking care of a dog, and if I'm capable of taking care of a dog while living on my own and being disabled. And the answer is yes, I am. But the new question that I didn't think about was, am I able to take care of another animal and take care of myself at the same time? And that I'm not too sure